Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm super excited today. It is another episode of Brand Business Chatback, and I'm your host, Coach Gwen Davis-Yancey, founder of the Wealth Shift Movement. Be sure to click the link. Well, I'm going to show you the link and look in the comments for the link to join the Wealth Shift Movement. It is free. And you will, as a member, you will have opportunities to collaborate, to network, to join coffee chats, and to even teach and be featured with your services and promote your services as part of the movement. We have those opportunities as well. And the Wealth Shift Movement is all about shifting your ability to build passive income, wealth, and even generational wealth. And we explore the 5 wealth venues because we all know wealth is more than money. Money is important, but wealth is more than money. There are 5 venues to our wealth. So I'm super excited about today because we are continuing to talk about your personal branding. And I want to recap from last week because many times when people think of a brand, they only think of it in the terms of your business. But you are a brand, and how you are presenting yourself, whether you are employed or you employ yourself, you present yourself as a brand, not only to yourself, but to the world. And how you present your brand and yourself as the brand is going to determine which directions you go and what doors open for you. And so being able to have a powerful, authentic, relatable brand is power. And I'm sure you all have heard, even when you have a business, people are not buying products and services, they buy into people. So they have to buy into you first, then they're going to look at what it is that you have to offer. Even if you're an employee, that's what the whole interview process is about. Seeing if they can buy into you first before they can determine if you're a good fit for that job or that promotion. So I'm super excited. So I'm going to recap, because we talked about last week the secrets to creating a winning personal brand. And there were discovering your shush story, which we're going to go into detail today. Number 2, discovering your boss story. And number 3, discover your shift story. We talk about the shift story has 3 whys. Why do you try to explain things that you don't need to explain? Why do you hold back when you need to say or do something? And why can't you shift when you need to do something different? And we're going to go into detail, like I said, on the shift story. Your boss story is the 3 whats. What are your ambitions? What movement can you create to build your ambitions on? What destinations do you want for yourself and for your circle of influence? And then your leader story. Your leader story is the 3 whys. What do you want to be known as? What do you want to be known for? Who do you want to lead? And so all of these 3 areas, your shift story, your boss story, your leader story, they all are surrounded by your shift story. They are inclusive of you being able to shift. Shift your shush story. Shift your boss story. Shift your leader story so that you can accomplish what you were born to accomplish and empower the people that you were born to empower. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again because I strongly believe that we all were born to empower particular people in a particular way. And when we focus in on that and identify that and embrace it and build our brands on it, then you're able to expand and expand more and even expand more so that you can develop passive income, wealth, and generational wealth. Because if you're like me, I want to leave a legacy that survives me so that my circle of influence, my legacy is not starting from scratch. And they're able to build on top of what I've built using their gifts and talents and adding more to it. And that's what the wealth shift movement is all about. So let's get into the shush story. Because, in my opinion, your shush story, it does three major things. It is your brand foundation, it is your authenticity foundation, and it is and builds your content foundation. I'm going to repeat that. Your shush story, it lays the foundation of your brand. It lays the foundation of your authenticity. And it even lays the foundation of the content that you can share with the people that you were born to empower. Let that sink in. Your shush story is so important. You hear so many people say, keep the past in the past. I don't say that because you can take what has happened in the past and shift it into power, into your shush story, into being able to describe and show others how you shifted from that circumstance and how you can help them shift, whether you're helping them shift from a similar circumstance within your business or within the business that you work for. And that's how you get promoted. And when you think about it, promotions are whether you are the employer or the employee. Because many times, if you're an entrepreneur, you feel stuck in the same position. You have not been promoted, even though you're the business owner, because you have not properly laid your personal brand foundation. You haven't connected and built your shush story so that your personal brand foundation is laid, your authenticity foundation is laid, and your content foundation is laid. That's why so many times, and this has happened to me, you'll feel like, what am I going to talk about? What content am I going to share? And that is because the foundations have not been laid. And you've got to identify and build your shush story. So let's get into it. Excuse me. See, your shush story, there's so many situations, so many experiences that we've had throughout our lives. And many of them have had very impactful determinants. And I'm using that word because they have determined what path we took from there. They have determined how we view ourselves, how we view how we view other people viewing us, how we view our capabilities. So that shush story, being able to identify it. And this becomes important because since we have had so many situations in our lives that have been on the spectrum of trauma all the way to moderately difficult, but you want to resonate with one major shush story. And I call it a shush story because it kind of caused you to close in, close your mouth, not talk about things. Try to, it can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause you to doubt yourself. It can cause you to doubt your capabilities, no matter how many degrees you have. I know I'm not the only one who has various degrees, various certifications, and still had to grasp and shift self-doubt, not feeling good enough, feeling like who's going to listen to me, who's going to buy from me. And that's why your shush story is so important, and being able to identify that. And see, you're going to want to focus in on one that you have been able to make some shifts from. And what I mean is, there are certain ways that you have transformed the way you think about that situation, the way you act when a similar situation you're confronted with, the way you respond to triggers that brings your mind to thinking about that similar situation. And is this potential shush story something that you can continue to build upon and shift so that you can teach someone else? And that becomes important because, we've all gone through some stuff. We have. But is the components of one of your shush stories comparable to other people who may have gone through something very similar? And that's why selecting, identifying that shush story is so important. Because you want it to be something that you've been through and that you have developed some steps of being able to transform from, being able to shift from, but also it's not so unique that there aren't very many people who need help in that area. Because you do want to be able to help people in the area that's connected to your shush story. So you can have your uniqueness, but you also want to have a shush story that is relatable. And people say, oh yeah, I've been going through that too, and I don't know what to do next. And so that shush story, as I said, it lays the foundation of your brand, and becomes part of your elevator speech, becomes that one sentence where you able to, I help people fill in the blank, or I've been through fill in the blank, short, to the point. And then when you are speaking, you're expanding on your shush story so that people understand, and you bring people through your transition to be able to show them how you can help them now. So that lays the foundation of your brand. It lays the foundation of your authenticity, and it lays the foundation of your content, because we can always talk about what we've been through. And when you strategize and systematically outline the steps that you took, And even if you're still taking steps, that's fine. Because you only really need to be a step ahead of your potential clients. And we're all on an ongoing journey of building our brand. Your brand should be evolving. If your brand is not evolving, then you're not evolving. And people won't evolve with you. And you definitely want people to feel like and see that you're evolving so that you can get those promotions, and to see that you're evolving so that you can build your business to higher and higher heights and empower the people that you were born to empower. I am Coach Gwen, founder of the Wealth Shift Movement, which sponsors the Brand Business Chatback. I love these chatbacks. There's so much that we can learn through AI, right? So I'm not always going to be here, 3 steps to this, 3 steps to that. I want this to be a real opportunity to chat back. Put in the comments questions that you may have, comments that you may have, and be sure to put in the comments where you're joining me from. And as you can see, there is the link to join the movement. It is free. And there's so many opportunities. Once you join the movement, you can join we're going to be having networking events, coffee chats. There'll be opportunity for you to share your shush story, for you to be featured. And as a matter of fact, if you want to share your shush story, if you want to get featured, send me a message, send me a DM, and put shush story in the message. And be sure to join the Wealth Shift Movement, especially if you know there's more for you in your life, in your opportunities, and for your legacy. If you know you want to develop passive income and build upon that, you know you want to develop more wealth and build upon that, you know you want to develop generational wealth and build upon that, and be able to bridge your expertise. I call it bridge your career and your calling, so that you can empower the people that you were born to empower. Whether you are empowering them in the venue as an employee, or empowering them in the venue of an employer. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you want to get to the point where you can actually employ people. You want to build that, and you want to have that business so that it transfers down to your legacy and can live well beyond what you're capable of doing, and even well beyond your life. Be sure to send me, either put in the comments, or you can, like I said, you can put in, send me a direct message if you have any questions, any comments, and definitely if you want to share your shush story. I'm Coach Gwen. This is another episode of Brand Business Chatback, sponsored by the Wealth Shift Movement. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining.